Welcome to the Runtime Error once again, the place where programming begins. So far, we have discussed so many HR questions. If you haven't watched those videos, I highly recommend you to go through. In this video, we are bringing a new video called as What are your weaknesses? And again, as you know that, we will be discussing what is the actual meaning, what mistakes people do while answering this question, and finally, we will look at what is a perfect way to deliver this answer. So without wasting any time, let's get going. Before we do start, if you are new to our channel, I highly recommend you to subscribe the channel so that you can come to know all the detailing about HR questions and interview related stuff. So let's get started. What are your weaknesses? What does this question mean is? The meaning says that what are that thing you are not much good in it. This is the question directly states that this is the meaning of this question. Directly it comes to our mind, right? But while answering these questions, we have to be really be cautious when you are giving the answer to this question, because this is going to be a big impactful question than those of what are your hobbies and what are your strengths, because weakness is something that will define how you are looking to that weakness, what is your perspective at that weakness. So I hope you understood the meaning of the question. What is that thing that you are not good at it, but at the same time the interviewer will be monitoring you because of your weakness. Is there any hampering will takes place in company's work? I'm not good at this particular thing, will that going to affect my company's work? This thing will be monitored by your interviewer. So we need to make sure that whatever the weakness do we have, it should not be harmful for the company's work. So I hope you understood the actual meaning of this question. Now let's look at what is the wrong answer people mainly use while answering this question. So whenever the question is asked, what are your weaknesses? What does people say is, okay, I don't have any patience, I get angry easily, I'm not good at coding, I'm not good at English. These are the boring answers people give it. But because what happen is, if you're telling that I'm not good at coding, I don't have patience, I get angry easily. So what does interviewer think is, you have those weaknesses, but what actions you are taking to overcome those weaknesses? First point, what action you are taking to overcome those weaknesses. Second thing, because of your weakness, is there an effect going to take place in my company's work, right? Because this is the most important thing. Interviewer don't want because of you there should be any effect in company's work. Of course nobody wants effect because of one person in any kind of work, right? So people mainly tell them in one sentence that I get angry easily, I'm not good in coding, I don't have patience, I'm not a good team player. So these are the boring and unusual answers we give to our interviewer. So what is the perfect way to deliver our answer? But before looking the perfect way, let's correct few of the mistakes. Number one, when you are telling the interviewer what are your weaknesses, make sure you are also telling them the actions you are taking to overcome those weaknesses, right? Say for example, if I say handwriting is my biggest weaknesses, but I'm practicing it on daily basis to so that I can improve on it, right? I told them the weakness, that is handwriting is my weakness, and I'm second point I'm telling them that I'm working on daily basis so that I can improve on it, right? And the third point you should tell them, is there any effect takes place because of your weakness on the company's work, right? So let's look at the one sample answer I will be giving you. So handwriting is my biggest weakness, I'm practicing it on daily basis so that I can improve. But one thing I can make sure that most of the company's work is carried out through the mail, so my weakness will not hamper any company's work. Wow, how cool this answer looks like, right? I told my weakness, okay, handwriting is my weakness. Then second point, I told them what action I am taking place so that I can improve on that weakness. That I told them I'm practicing on daily basis. And third most important point I told them, because of my weakness, there will not be any effect on the company's work, because most of the company's works are taking place on email. Doesn't this looks like a cool and perfect answer? So I have given you one sample answer. You can modify according to yourself. But always remember three important things while delivering the answer. What are your weaknesses? Number one, tell your weaknesses. Number two, tell actions you are taking to overcome that weaknesses. And number three, tell them is because of your weakness any hamper will take place in your company's work. If you tell these three things in a single answer, believe me, interviewers will be much more happier, because most of the people don't know these things. So I hope so you understood these questions really well. If you are new to channel, I highly recommend you to subscribe so that you can come to know many new HR questions and a perfect way to deliver the answer. Till then, have a happy coding.